Hey, welcome to Late Night Football Talk. I'm your host, Nick Manzaro. Today's our preview episode, Week 7 of the NFL. Today I got Drew with me and Joe, co-hosts. Enjoy the show. How's it going, guys?
It's going great.
Week 7.
Yeah, holy crap. I feel like it's flying by.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
I wish football would go all year round that way. When it does end, it doesn't end.
Before we know it,
Yeah.
Patriots will be in the Super Bowl and Tom Brady will be
Oh, my
home.
God.
Oh, that's going to be great.
Yeah.
Before I knew it last year, the season was over, and all of a sudden I'm like, when did Brady retired? What are you talking about? Like, everything, now I'm just trying to take it as I got it.
Well, didn't Brady just come out and say there's no retirement in his future?
I'm glad you mentioned that.
I'm glad you mentioned
I heard that as well, and I'm hoping that means he's going to sign with another team.
Patriots.
Obviously, that means I think he's going to probably leave the Bucs next year.
He's going to go back to the Patriots. He was at Robert
He's not
Kraft's
going
wedding.
back.
Oh, boy, I hope
You
he
know they
doesn't.
had a conversation.
I
That
hope he
tampering
doesn't.
bug is legit.
I mean, that would be awesome, but I don't see it happening.
Have Bailey Zappi or Mac Jones under him another year.
Imagine if Kraft was like, if you come back, cheers.
We'll
Yeah.
fire Belichick. We'll fire Patricia. Whoever you want, we'll
I
get.
talked to Josh. He's on his way out.
I don't even want to listen to this stuff.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. All
right.
right, so what game are you guys looking forward to this weekend? Besides the Patriots.
Joe, which one
because-
are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Giants and Jaguars.
Giants are legit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude,
I mean,
they're
being a
surprising
Giants
the hell
fan
out
and a
of me.
Patriots fan, I'm happy to see them 5-1. I did not think that they were going to be good at all this year, but Saquon Barkley finally looks
Staying
like
healthy,
he's
man.
finally
staying
looks good
healthy.
again.
It's I got him on fantasy. The guy's killing it.
Yeah.
Drew's been texting me like every day. So, you want to trade?
Whoa, edit that out. The fantasy people might hear that. I've been in their inboxes too. I got a whole new team, man.
They're not watching this.
That you know of Beach
They
Up, I
should
think
be if
does.
they were smart.
If they were smart.
No, Dayball. I think Dayball's the biggest reason. I mean, Joe Judge had like the same team, minus like Logan Ryan and some other key pieces. Was Julius Peppers on there?
Julius Peppers?
Not Julius.
Jabril Peppers
Jabril
was on
Peppers,
the
I'm
team.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
I will say, did you guys see that tweet from Odell and Saquon going back and forth?
No.
Saquon said there was like nothing better than a family reunion.
No.
And then Odell said, "Oh, hey, teammate."
Yeah, I don't think Odell's
think he's
going
coming
back to the Giants. Odell's going to the Chiefs, I think.
He would love to come back to the Giants.
There's no point for him to go to the Bills. I just want to put that out there. The
Oh.
Bills have too much mouths to feed as it is between Gabe Davis, Diggs, who's a Singletary, Moss, like
They
all
do
of them.
better. You know what? I honestly think if they get CMC, it would have been way better.
For what though? What they don't need him.
No, but he's better than both of Moss and
I mean, of
Singletary.
course, but I mean they do the job, and if they can't do it, guess what? Josh Allen's tucking and running.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
No, I
CMC
agree.
is good for pass catching. You don't need another pass catcher. You need a running back and Josh Allen. That's pretty much it. So
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna come out and say it. My game I'm looking forward to is the Bucks Panthers.
I was gonna ask you if I could guess, but
The
I was
only
gonna
reason,
say the
okay?
Jets and Broncos. Honestly,
I gotta spill my thing here, right? This has gotta be their get right game. So I think Brady's been getting the ball out faster every year. He's been at the Bucks every year. He gets so much shit for being at that wedding that I guarantee that he's like, oh, I'm done. This is how Brady works.
Well,
I don't know why.
I don't want to say this is his get right game. It's against the Panthers. They're out CMC. They're out Baker Mayfield. Their cornerbacks, they're pretty good, but it's the Panthers. I think they're the worst team in the NFL right now.
Yeah. And I don't mean that as in I just mean because they haven't worked as like a cohesive unit all year. So when they won the Super Bowl, they had like 5 shit teams, like the Lions, the Falcons, the Washington Redskins, in the playoffs. You can count them also. But they started to bring like a rapport, and they were like, you know what I mean? It was like practice to them. And
I think they still
that's what
have
I
that
think they need.
rapport. I just think that I don't know what's going on. I mean, without Gronk's presence,
Huge.
it's you can tell. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like when they go out there, Mike Evans even just came out and said, "I really miss Gronk."
Yeah, well, I mean, he takes a lot of
Pressure off
of everybody else.
Also the greatest like red zone threat ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You throw
Uncoverable.
You kind of throw it up to him, kind of like how they'll put like Diggs on the corner or someone like that, like Mike Evans on the corner,
Yep.
and they just throw that like slant route and they just throw it up and let Mike Evans go get it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do that with Gronk, no one's winning.
It always
Absolutely.
happens.
No one's winning.
I
And
don't-
I
yeah.
just feel like they're struggling without a good tight end.
I do think Kate Otten, he's not Gronk, obviously, but he could be. I think he's going to edge Cameron Braid out for the number one. tight
Isn't
end.
Cameron Brate out right now? Is
No,
hurt?
he is, but even when he comes back, I think he'll be number 2. Now, they do have Kyle Rudolph, who Byron Leftwich just said in.
I thought they released him.
No.
Oh.
Unless that happened within, like, literally last couple hours.
No. I thought I saw something where
Because Byron Leftwich also came out this week when asked about him and said, it's been more of just a who you're going to have on the field type of thing. And they had Cameron Brate the last 2 games, and they have the third guy, which I can't think of his name. He's more of a blocking tight end. But they said he's had great practices.
Yeah.
It's just that to get him in, they'd rather have, another corner. Like, they had to go heavy on the corners.
Kyle Rudolph is old and done. He's not going to make any difference to that team at all. If Cameron Brate's not making a difference, Kyle Rudolph's not going to make a difference.
Cameron Brate should have had a touchdown, and he just didn't want to hit. I think he didn't want to get hit. He literally he just decided not to go for it.
dealing
Really,
with the concussion. I mean, I think the biggest problem right now is Tom Brady. Obviously
it's not. I mean, that's crazy.
it is. I mean, he's the one that has to lead the team, and he's obviously not leading the team. That's what his job is as the quarterback, is to get his offensive line in the correct position to succeed.
I agree, but see, you know what the problem was? I think too, and they were kind of bashing Byron Leftwich also for this. They keep running to the left with like Guteke, and they've faced such a gauntlet with the defensive tackles. Think of the defensive tackles they played. Jarrett on the Falcons, awesome. Cam Hayward, awesome. Chris Jones against Chiefs. Like, we're talking literally what's Brady's biggest weakness is when you get pressure up the middle. Now, not only that, but when they're trying to run the ball, they can only run the ball to the right side. And so when you go with a rookie left guard and you're running to the left and they go nowhere, because they should be running towards their strength too, which is Shaq Mason and Tristan Wirfs. And they'll do that, but then when they become so predictable, when they get nothing on first down, they know they have to pass, and that's when everything turns to shit.
I agree, but I don't agree because you got a rookie and stuff, but you got to scheme around that. You gotta have that awareness to know, hey, that rookie's over there. I gotta think who's gonna be my first read this play compared to the next play compared to that play.
Yeah.
And also, I do think they gotta get Lombardi-Lenny in the game more. They need to use him more.
But he actually is in the game. He's just not gone anywhere because like the scheme. So he makes a lot of plays. He had a touchdown.
I haven't seen them throw a screen pass to him all year.
Yeah. I mean that's part of his game. I mean, when he was in Jacksonville, he was catching 90 passes a year. I mean, you're not even throwing him the ball anymore.
He leads
Tom
the
Brady
team.
used to love throwing it to the running back. Why is he not
James
doing that?
White, for example, that was his. If no one was there, he's dumping it. You gotta set up Lenny. Maybe have him there to block for that rookie.
Yep.
And then have him take off. Okay, he's not coming. I'm gonna take off. First read, second read's not there. Dump it out to Lenny every time.
Yeah, but he did. He leads the team in receiving yards
I mean,
for the running back to lead the team.
yeah, but I still think you got to get him more involved.
I think so as well.
Godwin's banged up. He's been proven that he's banged up right now. You got to get him healthy. Julio Jones has been a bust.
Yeah.
He was practicing.
Mike Evans, he's
what
great,
you thought
but
he would be,
he can
right?
only do so much. When you don't have that Gronk or that Julio Jones on the other side
Yeah.
with Godwin,
You're only
Mike
paying
Evans
attention to
is
Mike
getting
Evans.
everyone. He's getting everyone.
Yep.
Well, Godwin's still coming back from that ACL injury.
Exactly, but it's still,
Well, there's lots of other talent on the team too. Scotty Miller's been there for a while.
Gage.
You paid a lot of money for Russell Gage. Tom Brady just doesn't like to throw it to other people. He wants to throw it to the guys that he's only comfortable with, not willing to work in the
not
other
willing
people.
to do what Aaron Rodgers said.
Yeah.
I'm being patient, he said, with my rookies.
Mm-hmm.
Where if Brady's not comfortable, it doesn't have that chemistry 100%, he will not throw the ball, and he's done that in New England, and he's doing that down in Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. So
You got to
like,
trust your guys.
This is what he threw to the other day. 6 receptions for 95 yards, Chris Godwin. That's awesome.
Yep.
But like I said, it wasn't enough to win the game because they actually got down in the red zone so many times they just couldn't actually put it in. That's where they missed Gronk.
Yeah, correct. And I could also say the same thing about Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins comes back yesterday. They're in the red zone how many times? And they can't do it. They're field goals. And DeAndre Hopkins had 10 catches for 100 and I think 9 yards. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 109.
Yep.
And Kyler only threw for 200 yards, and he's only really thrown it now that D-Hop. You can tell Kyler's more comfortable with D-Hop down there. It's almost like that.
Well,
F it, D-Hop's down there. F it.
103 yards.
10
receptions, 103 yards.
Yeah, 103.
Okay. Rondell Moore, 1 reception. Keontae Ingram, 2.
You see, if you can't spread
Eno
the ball
Benjamin,
out,
literally, he became the leading guy.
correct,
After one game.
and that's great. DeAndre Hopkins is that guy to get open. He is. He can be elite, but you do need to spread the ball out. That way, they're not always ready for Evans. They're always ready for Godwin. Those are the 2 people he's always ready for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's going to come. So, like I said, I think they're under a lot of scrutiny right now, and they're going to.
I think Brady's under a lot of scrutiny as well. Double
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, I just don't know if is it Brady? Is he adjusting the plays, or is he just running what Byron wants? So usually, I would imagine that Brady.
I mean,
he
I don't
switches
see him
plays
yelling
as
at
it is.
his coach like he did Bruce Arians.
Yeah.
No, and I don't think. So I think one of the. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think there's a dynamic change when Bruce Arians was the coach. I think Brady wanted to basically. When Bowles is talking, you can easily see that he's just the defensive coordinator. Brady and Byron are the offense, and I think he must have had a deal somewhere where it's like, hey, we're the offense. What we say goes. He's just a figurehead.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think happened. Because when you ask Bowles, hey, do you have input in the offense? He's like, yeah, I have input. Or he'll just say, like, I know about but I'm not an offensive coach. So basically that tells me he doesn't give a shit. They're allowed to do whatever they want to do. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, Todd Bowles, we know what he is. He's a bad head coach. He was a bad head coach for the Jets. He's a defensive coordinator only. They should have gave the job to Byron Leftwich or somebody else, but
Even if they kept Bruce, I think Bruce did a pretty good job.
well, Brady doesn't like Bruce because Bruce's offense is chuck and duck. You get down the field, you throw it as far as you can, you're going to get your ass kicked.
That's the problem. And right now,
So-
they actually can't play that offense because he wouldn't have time.
Yep.
Their pass defense isn't bad because you're going to get sacked, right? But Brady's obviously 45. But what he wants to do is, he's compensating by throwing it real fast.
Yeah.
But he's not on the same page yet with like Russell Gage. There's too many new pieces for him to. That's why I think like they need to.
Hey,
I don't like they're not at the worst
I got to
spot.
interrupt you there, man. You say there's too many new pieces. Where was he during preseason in the voluntary workouts?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I agree. I think he should have been there.
he's not the one putting in the time with these guys. These guys are there. He's not.
That was always Tom Brady's bread and butter was I work harder than everybody else.
First one
Is
in
he
the
working
facility,
harder
last
than
one in the
everybody
league.
else still?
I'm feeling the pressure here.
Well, I mean,
I know. I'm just kidding.
it's so easy now
believe me,
that once
I've
he was
heard-
great for so long.
I've heard all this all
Listen,
week.
listen,
I completely agree.
I probably like you because we're Pats fans, right? I want to see Brady do good. I really do. He got us a lot of championships. Do I want to see him do good with another team? Absolutely not. Do I wish he was still on the Pats? Yes. But to say he's 45 years old and he's got all these new pieces and this and that.
I think he's going to work it out though.
At what point? It's week 7.
It's week 7. But you know
You
what?
just
Look at
lost.
the first year. Look at the first year he was in. Same shit. So last year they brought the whole team back. So they actually, I think he should have been MVP.
They should probably
but-
make a call to Antonio Brown about now.
Yeah.
Well, he had issues too, but he was injured too, and he came week 9 of the first year.
Yeah.
And they lost so many bad games. Think about this: the Bears. Remember the 4? He was saying he lost to the Bears. They lost to the Chiefs. They lost so many games that they weren't supposed to. Both games to the Saints.
They were
picked
supposed
up
to
one
lose to
of
the
them.
Chiefs.
They should have, but I'm telling
Okay,
you right
I
now.
just mean like there were so
no.
many games that they lost that they probably had relatively the same scores that.
But
they're
let's
probably
be
gonna have.
honest. Last week was a weird week. The Bucks should not have lost to Atlanta.
They didn't.
No, the 49ers
The
lost
four-
to Atlanta.
Not Atlanta. Who did they
The
play
Bucks
last
lost
week?
to the Steelers.
Yeah,
The Steelers.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mind's. I was over here, but yeah, the Steelers. They should have not have lost to the Steelers. Najee Harris has been average. Kenny Pickett sucks. I hate him.
Yeah, but if you watch, okay, so
The-
if Pickett plays the rest of that game, they win. But
we don't know that.
nah, he wins.
I mean, you guys weren't scoring against, the 3 starters were out of that game. You guys had
they were
all
scoring. They
back-
were just settling for field goals.
all backup defensive backs. Mika Fitzpatrick wasn't there. The 3, starting cornerbacks weren't there. You guys got shut down by I don't know, a college team basically.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think one of the issues is they actually should have they should just throw it to Evans whether he's covered or not, because he's never truly covered.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
Gronkowski, right?
Yeah.
You give him the fade, the back shoulder pass where it's just like just to attempt it, and if you get picked, you live with it, right?
Yep.
But
I mean, they didn't lose that bad. It was only 18-20.
and
But-
they went to score it with they went to tie the game with a 2-point, and who I've actually given shit to in the past, Devin Bush, made a great play.
Yeah.
He kind of baited him into thinking he was open, Godwin, and he came in there and, I mean that was a good play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cam Hayward had his way too with that line.
Yeah. So
They're missing Jensen.
he's
Also,
coming back. I
Last
heard,
thing,
right?
no, not for a couple. No, probably not for like 5 or
Excuse me.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
But he's got that snarl to him where like he's getting penalties because he's like fighting other players. They're really missing that,
Yeah. I do think Brady needs to put some more time in with these guys. This whole veteran rest day, then skip another practice for a wedding and all that. I feel like he's really got to. I mean, how many times did you hear about him working out with Gronk and Julian I saw multiple
Amendola.
videos of him working out with them. Have yet
Well, maybe
to
he
see.
is. Well, that was the documentary too, though.
No, it wasn't the documentary. I'm talking about just random Facebook,
Instagram and
YouTube
stuff.
little clips of them throwing the ball around with the kids and stuff. Even the kids are there or not, he's still working out.
No, I hear you.
Wasn't there a time where Julian Edelman visited down in Florida and they got kicked out of a park or something like that?
That might have been the first year he was in the Bucs.
Yeah, and why was Edelman down there, not his actual
Well,
receiver?
because he's his buddy,
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
we gotta give Edelman just a couple more weeks before he joins with us,
hey, I picked up Gronk in free agency just so I can make a trade with you.
That's a smart move, Drew.
It is, because I know
pick
you'll
up-
sell your soul for Gronk.
That's
Did you
right.
pick up Edelman also?
I'm about to. Let me do that real quick. All right, let's
all right,
let's get
so,
your final score on this.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna be fine. They'll
Blowout city.
it's gonna be close. I just think every game until they just until they show me that they can win. Like I'm still objective about it. I think they're gonna win by just like 3 points, to be honest with you. 3
Against
to
the
7.
Panthers without a CMC.
Boy, if
Yeah.
they only win by 3 points,
They're
gonna play
in
down.
trouble.
They're gonna-
it's a
they're-
failure.
They're just gonna play down to their competition.
No, it's a failure if they win by 3
Yeah.
points. I'm saying Bucks blow them out or they're done.
Bucks need to blow them out. Yeah.
I'm saying 28-21.
You're nuts. I'm
Yeah.
saying 28-0. And if it isn't that, or 28-7, I'll give them.
Yeah, I say,
Hey. Give me your pick and let's move on. Fuck it.
27-10 Bucks is what it should be.
What is it?
27-10.
Should
That's not
It
bad
should be
either.
27-7, but if not, you know what? Okay, last thing. I know we should move on. The Bucs secondary actually just got banged up. Davis is out with a hip, or has been injured with a hip. He's still kind of playing through it. Murphy Bunting is hurt. Logan Ryan is on with a Liz Frank injury, I believe. So he's on IR now.
Okay.
Hicks is hurt.
The
Joe, I'll let you
Steelers
handle
secondary was all banged up last week, and so you can't use the Bucs secondary being banged up as an excuse when the Steelers secondary was just as banged up last week.
No.
I'm just I
You
just want to make
misunderstood
sure.
me.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
basically just saying the Panthers can still score points. That's all I'm just
Okay.
trying to say.
I just wanted to make sure because
No.
There's-
No, I actually think like the Steelers. All right, so I should have mentioned this also before. The Steelers were able to make 4 different people jump on the offensive line just by shifting and making people, because they're not paying attention. Like I said, they're playing bad football. It's not that like they're beating themselves. Like, why are you jumping? Because the defensive lineman would just shift to the left or right, and then the ball got snapped. Like, you don't know the snap count
Listen.
here? You know what we're doing.
So, real quick, right? The Panthers. Now that I think about it, who's their wide receivers now? DJ Moore.
Yeah, DJ Moore.
That's it. Because
That's
Robbie
it.
Anderson got kicked off, kind of like an Antonio Brown type thing.
And-
Traded on a plane to Arizona.
Don't you feel bad for him to be on such a? I'd rather be on the Cardinals. As much
No,
as I think they're.
100%. I'd rather be on the Cardinals. But what I'm getting at is like, who is the Panthers' offense now? DJ Moore. And if that's the case, I would ask for a trade out of there.
I'm pretty sure he's probably going to be getting traded.
Yeah, I've heard rumors.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, so for instance, fantasy wise, soon as I saw CMC was traded, I picked up Chuba Hubbard and Foreman.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because I want to see who's the leading back. Then I'm gonna drop the other one.
Yep.
Right. So they have no offense. Baker Mayfield's hurt. Who they're gonna trust Sam Darnold with a bunch of Walmart employees?
It's going to be yeah.
It should be a massacre. Honestly.
That's why I'm
Because
saying
Baker's hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and Darnold's in.
Well, I didn't think Darnold was gonna be. I thought they were going third string.
Yeah. But yeah, so
all right, so
I think,
we did our points. We're good with that.
I think we should jump backwards real quick to the Saints and Cardinals.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
You know
go
what I'm
over it.
saying? Because
Yep.
that game was actually I watched. I don't know. Did you guys watch?
No.
Yeah, I didn't watch real time, but yeah, no, I've caught up.
So I watched the whole game. So do you guys want to start or me?
I'll give my thoughts.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so I was watching that game going like, I got to give the Brady perspective here too. I'm just like, how the fuck did they score 42 points and Brady can't score fucking 6? He can't even get he can't get a touchdown on him. But all right,
Wait, did you watch the whole game or bits?
bits and I watched almost every highlight. I watched a lot of it.
Must be nice.
I just
being
didn't
the
watch it real
supervisor,
time.
Huh, Joe?
What's that?
Said must be nice being the supervisor, huh, Joe?
No, so what I would say is their line was still really effective. It's just Murray was so elusive. When you're watching that, he was about to get killed like so many times, and the fucking guy just runs off to the side, dips it off to somebody.
That's not what it was.
And I also didn't watch the game, but I do know Andy Dalton threw 2 pick sixes on back-to-back drives.
3 picks.
He
but
had
2 were back-to-back pick
Yeah,
sixes.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I know.
So they were up 14-6.
So
at one point.
you didn't watch that game,
No.
but the first pick six. So he came down and threw a freaking beautiful bomb, right? Got a touchdown, right? Easy. Then they come back out. I kind of forget what happens at Cardinals play. I think they drive it down, get a field goal, cool. But then Andy Dalton comes out, throws it to Callaway. It actually, I hate that it counts towards QBs. It was in his hands, popped off his helmet, and flew up in the air, and the other team got it.
Yeah.
So that one I
The
won't
end
say-
zone pick was horrendous.
Correct. So then there was another pick right after that where he threw it again to Callaway. Callaway secured it, but then they threw it again, pick 6 again. But I will say, yes, Kyler Murray is elusive and stuff, but the defense bailed him out. The defense bailed him out. He could not score. He threw 1 touchdown. That out of 42 points, he scored 1 touchdown.
Oh no! I know what you're saying. No. I just meant I was just gonna give props because, like I said, like with Brady,
Yeah, he's like Lamar.
to the-
He's
no, I was
quick
I was
and
gi-
shifty,
yeah I was giving props to the Saints defense just in the sense of they still were able to get after him. It's
Yeah.
just, like it.
I see
to
what you're
me,
saying. That's my bad.
I was still seeing like I was saying like Brady can't score it all on him.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to me that he was able to, because they should have sacked him so many times. And, somehow he
And
keeps
here's the
getting
thing:
away.
they still proceeded to put Andy Dalton in. If I am that coach, I am taking him out after the second one. I don't
Did you
care
see
if it was their
Winston
fault.
with his big eyes on the sideline? Going
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
going
Winston.
in
Well,
yet?
they said in the beginning of the game, I could be wrong, but I'm like 98% sure they were like Winston is dressed for an emergency
Yeah,
situation.
he wasn't
They-
ready to go.
Yeah, they obviously have Hill. Hill should be starting. Hill is kind of like Josh Allen in my eyes.
he did get that touchdown, right?
Yeah, but he is kind of like Josh Allen to me because he can run the ball. He's tough. He's physical, and he can sling it.
He's just not
He's
the
a
same
much better
talent.
runner than Josh Allen is. And he's not as good of a quarterback. But
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have
Compared
the
to
arm.
Andy Dalton, though,
well, I don't know if they can really rely on Jameis Winston because he's got, 4 or 5 broken bones in his back that he's about to be playing through. So I don't know how much they're going to be able to rely on Jameis
Well,
Winston.
they paid Taysom a lot of freaking money.
well,
to
he's a
basically-
touchdown machine. He's a
Yeah.
fantasy actually god. If you play him and you get lucky and they use him for certain schemes,
Yeah.
he's really good.
No, but like, well, why are you gonna pay him all this money when he can't throw? He's basically a tight end.
Well, because you have to plan for him on what the amount of things that he can do. You have to see him as a quarterback. You have to see him as a tight end. You have to see him as a running back. He's everything. So
No, I agree.
He's
I agree.
probably the most valuable player on that team.
As
You
of
know?
right now, with Michael Thomas not staying healthy, absolutely. I would listen. If Michael Thomas gets healthy, I'm doing the same thing the Panthers do. Oh, Christian McCaffrey, week 7, injury free. Let's trade him. Let's get something out of him. The picks that team has for just a future is crazy. They were smart what they did with. I said it in the beginning of the season to the group. I said, listen, they're high on CMC right now. He's playing great. He's running great. He's scoring touchdowns and things like that. They got to trade him while he's healthy. And back to Hill, I've seen times where he's lined right up next to like Winston or somebody, and you don't know who's getting the snap. You don't know what the play
Yeah.
is.
Hey, let me give you some stats. All right, here you go. So, obviously the Cardinals won. Was that 42-31?
42-34.
42-34. Time of possession. Ready? New Orleans 29 minutes versus 31 of Cardinals. It's
Yeah.
almost
That's kind of even.
when you look at the score and then look at these stats. It's pretty crazy. 25 first downs for New Orleans, 21 to Cardinals.
Wow, pretty even.
495 total yards for the New Orleans, 326 for the Cardinals. That's a lot more for like. I actually think he got picked, but I actually thought he was moving the ball quite
Are
well.
those yards, I assume, are for defense too?
No, it's
No.
just rushing and
Yep.
passing.
Okay, because I know
Passing
Kyler
yards,
only threw for
409.
200, so.
Oh, he was talking about the Saints had 400.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So 409 passing yards, 85 rushing yards.
Okay.
But so he Dalton got 409 yards passing.
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty
well,
good.
the first play he threw for like 89 yards or something like that,
Okay, but
65
he's-
yards, you know?
I still thought he was moving the ball pretty efficiently for Andy Dalton.
Yeah, he looked good at first, but
He's
then
kinda
when he
getting
threw
old,
back-to-back picks, he threw 3 picks.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is he
Their
threw
yards
3
per
picks.
play were 7. They just did the turnover battle. 3 turnovers to 0.
Yeah.
And here's another thing, too. If those picks never got picked, the Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins probably would have had a lot more going on, but they didn't have to go out there. The defense had to keep staying out there.
But if they weren't returned for touchdowns,
2 of them were.
I know, but if those 2 weren't returned for touchdowns,
win the game.
they would have never been able to get into the end zone because Kyler Murray could get them down there and then kick field goals.
You know what I like about Kyler? And I know you didn't watch, but I don't know if you saw highlights. No. Kyler Murray dug into the coach or the offensive coordinator. They were going at it, and you saw DeAndre step in and was like kind of like chill.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like the announcer said, I have him in my fantasy. And it was like he's finally showing emotion. He's showing that he cares. He's fired up,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
yeah. So
Did they have another defensive touchdown? Because I want to know how many field goals they kicked because
Same-
I
I
only
like the
see
same
one
thought,
rushing
too.
touchdown and then 1 passing touchdown.
Correct.
Cardinals, you mean?
Yeah. So,
And then they had 2 field goals. They had the touchdown, passing, touchdown, rushing, and then 2 touchdowns
on defense.
Defense.
So that's 24. That would only be 34 points. They had another touchdown somewhere.
Well, they had 2 rushing touchdowns.
They had 2 rushing touchdowns?
rushing,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't see the 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they had 2 rushing touchdowns,
Yep.
and I believe I think was it only 1? No, it wasn't 2. All right.
Yep, we're good. Yeah, I see the 2
So
touchdowns.
I actually,
now.
all right. So this is what I actually want to say. I think Dalton is more dangerous than Jameis, and I actually think they overall, if they had played, if he didn't get those picks and they had played maybe a little bit lesser of a team, I'm not super high on the Cardinals, but as a Bucks fan and them in our division, I'm more afraid of the Saints playing like they did yesterday, even though they lost.
Well, you got to think both teams were banged up. Cardinals were missing defensive key people. The Cardinals were missing their 2 starting quarterbacks, one of them being Marshawn Lattimore. They were missing,
Saints.
huh?
The Saints.
Oh, the
were
Saints.
Yes,
missing.
yeah, correct. Yeah, and then
Which I would love to see D-Hop first.
no, of course, I would have loved that too. But you got to also remember too, they were also out Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry. Is this game this close with those players playing?
I think they win.
You
Yeah.
know, because Marshawn Lattimore minus Justin Jefferson, he has contained pretty much everyone.
No,
Yeah.
we've been talking about him like weekly. I feel like at this
Yeah.
point.
I've heard you guys talk
He's
about him.
awesome.
He's underrated.
Way under.
Yeah.
He is a top cornerback in this league, and he does not get the credit.
I would take him over Ramsey.
I don't go crazy like that.
I really would. No,
But he's
I
a
would.
top 5 guy.
I would agree.
Easily.
I
you
mean,
know.
Joe, you've said before you think Mike Evans is like one of the best receivers in the league.
I do, yes.
But you got to remember, there's some bad blood between
Yeah,
Marshawn Lattimore
because
and
you
Evans where they're fighting at the line.
Because you shut down Mike Evans doesn't mean that you're the best, cornerback in the league.
he didn't shut down Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson ate.
Yeah, but Justin Jefferson had a quiet game after that against lesser corners.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
you know,
Which
how
I would
tired
say
he
it's
was.
Kirk
I'm pretty sure
Cousins.
Adam Thielen freaking went nuts that next game.
Okay,
right.
so let's move on to the next game.
Are we covering the Patriots today?
No. Well, you know what?
I will give a review, but since we were talking about Christian McCaffrey already, we might as well, talk about the Chiefs 49ers because Christian McCaffrey did just get traded to the 49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we
go ahead.
think he's going to be playing this week?
Yes.
With him getting traded on a Thursday?
Yeah, he was
is.
already
close?
seen.
He is
He was already
expected
seen
to
at
play.
practice today.
Oh, really?
And he
Yeah.
has a new number. He's 23 now, not 22.
Oh, wow.
And he said, "New team, new year, new me. Let's rock." And he
All
was
right.
walking out to
No,
practice.
he's playing. Yeah,
Okay.
they already announced it, which is going to be crazy. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't
they're
see
going to
that.
scheme certain plays up, and I really like. I think the Falcons in 2016 to 17, they were awesome just because of Michael Shanahan, not Mike.
Yeah,
Shanahan.
Kyle
Mike
Shanahan.
Mike Shanahan's the dad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Christian McCaffrey is going to be so much better on the 49ers, and it's not even going to be
And his
close.
backup Wilson can take some pressure off of him.
Absolutely.
Wilson Jr. He can definitely take back pressure off of CMC.
Yep.
They're both Wilson's no CMC,
mean,
but
Yeah, I like,
It's the scheming, I think, that's going to help.
DJ Moore a lot.
Is it
but
Juszczyk, too?
Debo Samuel is going to be taking a lot of the heat off of CMC.
well, because Debo was acting as running back.
Yeah.
Now
Everything.
he can play his
Well,
position.
Exactly. And then Kittle blocking.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
I can also see
Jimmy
Gronkowski,
Garoppolo,
but-
Jimmy Garoppolo, probably
Oh,
a
dude,
top
you
5
killed it. You killed it.
quarterback in the league. So I love the galloping chicken.
Oh,
that
my
guy.
God.
Yes.
I hate to
You
see
know,
him
you know
go.
what? You know, what, I'm a little annoyed with. I would have much rather CMC be on the. I got to keep bringing it back to my Bucks. I would. I'm sorry. I would much rather him be on the Panthers, just for one more game, than me have to. In like a couple weeks we have to go to the 49ers and face.
Well,
them.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Can CMC stay healthy?
no.
That's going to be the biggest thing.
Absolutely.
It's week 7. This has to be his. I've said this in the beginning because I wanted to pick him up first in fantasy.
yeah.
And I think I told you. I don't know if I
Yeah,
did.
you did. I kept telling you no.
Yeah, and I kept saying I feel like this is CMC's proven year.
That might be. It could be like Saquon, right?
Correct. If they don't do anything, they're gonna go get a job being a backup somewhere, or maybe try and start him somewhere. And if it doesn't work out, then they go back up. But I said this. I feel like I need to pick, and I'm kicking myself because I picked Jonathan Taylor. But I just feel like this is CMC's proven year. If he can stay healthy, the 49ers go far.
yeah. I
No,
mean,
definitely.
the 49ers already, they have more injuries than any other team.
Yeah, Bosa's out for the foreseeable.
He's coming back. Nick Bosa, he's supposed to be playing this week.
Oh, is
You
he?
know, hopefully.
Wow.
They're saying that he's hopefully playing this week. But they have a lot of injuries. Trent Williams is out. He's
Kittle
supposed to
gets hurt all the time.
Trent Williams is supposed to be back this week too, hopefully.
Yeah,
The
line, the defensive line too. Their names are losing me, but they have like 2 or 3 injuries
Yeah. So they're always like last year.
along with Bosa.
They were hurt all the time, and they were in the NFC Championship game. They're hurt this year. They're just
Yeah, they're going for it all.
Yeah, they're going, and CMC is going to
If
help
Kittle,
them.
CMC, Debo can all stay healthy and they can protect Jimmy Garoppolo and open up holes for CMC, that team goes far.
Absolutely.
How
All right.
far, I don't know because there's a lot of talent this year between
Absolutely.
all teams. There's no these two are definitely going to make it. Every team is pretty solid.
Yeah,
Minus the Panthers.
I agree. Let's talk about the game though. Okay, so Chiefs 49ers.
I think
it's at 49ers, so I think that's at least a 3 point change there. I would say their defense has still been playing awesome, even with some of these guys being out. I don't know if it's their scheme or what, but what do you guys? What do you think the keys here?
You can go
give me
first,
your
Joe.
pick. Give me your pick.
you want mine.
Yeah, we'll start with your pick, and then we'll kind of talk about why you think that way.
Mahomes magic, man. It's different. I want to see the 49ers go far and beat Kansas City, but Mahomes is just different, and Travis Kelce has more touchdowns than half of these NFL teams. So
If Kittle plays, he's gonna want to. They're gonna have a duel.
Oh, yeah. But the thing of it is minus last week, Kittle's been a blocker. CMC there, he might be a blocker this game. They might actually not use him as a blocker. I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm going to say Chiefs just because of Mahomes' magic.
Yeah.
What's your score?
It's going to be close. It's going to be like 20-27.
Okay.
Something close.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL right now. I mean, even though they just lost to the Bills last week, I still think Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. And
Won't give it to him.
they're great. Yeah, I mean Travis Kelce, you can't stop him. People always claim, oh, he's never being covered by anybody.
He's not even being
But
covered.
what
This
are you trying
guy
to say?
is.
The last 3 years, Travis Kelce has been a monster, and they're just
Free
being like,
release.
oh, this is the year he's not going to do anything. No, he's getting covered. He's just
How many touchdowns does he have this year?
7. He leads the
7.
league in touchdowns.
Yeah.
7. He's going to get another 2 this week probably. It's going to be a blowout.
But the 49ers are. The 49ers. What's that linebacker? What's their linebacker? I can't think.
Fred Warner, awesome.
Warner, awesome. Hopefully, maybe he can cover him.
I mean, he can absolutely, but I
But
don't-
it just drives me fucking crazy. Oh, 4 touchdowns in a game, and then all of a sudden it's like,
It's-
well, no one's within 10 yards.
it's because of Mahomes. Mahomes moves, and Kelce moves with him.
If you saw, I just sorry to
yeah,
interrupt.
no, you're
Hey, we had some technical difficulties. Drew, take it from here.
Yeah, so back from what we were saying is how Joe was saying Travis Kelce moves with Mahomes. If you watched Andy Dalton the other night, Chris Olave, he saw Andy Dalton in trouble, and Andy Dalton starts breaking off to the right, and Chris Olave's route was to like run forward and slant. Instead, he turned back around for like a 30-yard gain. If receivers, I think that's what separates a good receiver and good tight end or whatever from an N1. Because if you just run your route and you're just kind of like, oh, what do I do now? And throw your hands up and give up on the play, never give up on the play. And I think that's what makes Travis Kelce good. That's what makes Mahomes good.
No, I will say this too. In the last couple of years, like I can even tell, like he actually he cares when he fucks up too.
Mahomes?
No,
Travis Kelce.
Oh, Travis. Yeah,
You can
he
tell
wears
he's
his
like God,
yeah.
and you can see the emotion. So I mean, that's good. That is something that
He might
I
pass
envy.
Gronk.
No, I bet you he will. But
Yeah.
the difference I think is Gronk just missed so much damn time because he played a different
Back.
style.
He's like 90% metal now.
Well,
Kittle's gonna have the same issue.
Yep.
Kittle can't stay on the
Yeah.
fucking field.
Correct.
absolutely.
It's hard. It's hard when you're
Super talented, but but he can't stay on. But I just I mean I'm biased obviously, and we're all Patriots fans, so we're all biased to a degree. Gronk was just a different weapon when healthy.
No, no 100%. But when you have like guys like Cam Chancellor leveling you because you're that big, you can't just tackle a Gronk normal.
Yeah.
You gotta take him out.
Yeah, what
You
Earl
know?
Thomas did to him.
Correct. You gotta take him and I don't mean like injure the guy,
Yeah.
but it's hard to bring down a guy that size, that strong, that physical, and that can run pretty quick.
Yep.
And I think that's a big thing. I do agree with him. I think that with Joe, I do think that that Travis Kelce and Mahomes pretty much just play catch all night. I do agree with that. But I mean, last week we saw a snippet of Juju Smith-Schuster finally coming alive. MSV, he hasn't really done anything.
No, I
He'll be coming
MVS,
around.
MVS, I think it is.
I
Right?
dropped him.
MVS, Martez Valdez,
Yeah.
Scanlon. Yep.
So all right, you went.
No, go ahead.
So I think their issue is going to be if they get behind. They don't have that secret weapon with Hill anymore. If they get behind,
I don't think they need Hill.
No, but if
they're
they need
definitely not
points
hurting
super
without him.
fast, is all I'm trying to say. They need to because even now with and I'm a huge Pacheco. That guy's fucking awesome. But no, the way their offense moves is down the field, kind of like Brady does. No longer is it like boom, one nice pass to Hill and you're already in red zone.
I think that's just going to come because he is taking shots to McCole Hardman every game down the field. He's trying to get that with McCole Hardman.
He doesn't have the hands, but Hardman, his hands.
You know
are his
who I
biggest
think we're going to
weakness.
start to see break out is Sky Moore.
Sky Moore, absolutely.
Sky Moore, I picked him up in fantasy in first draft because my buddy Mikey, he called
Doesn't
me
help
and said,
you get an interception.
he
out of
said,
him.
hey, what are you doing? I said, fantasy. He said, what pick are you on? I said, just kind of filling up the bench now. He said, is Sky Moore available? And I said, yes. And he goes, he's not going to do much in the beginning of the season. Maybe the late back half, he's going to break out. He's going to be the next Hill for them. Mm-hmm. He's quick and he got hands.
Yeah.
I know that he's supposed to be the replacement.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of getting that timing down on those deep throws.
Correct.
Because,
He's a rookie.
yeah, he'll figure out their speeds and he'll be able to put the touch on that he needs to where he'll just drop it into them like he was doing with Tyreek Hill.
I think it's gonna be a year, maybe two.
What did you say the score was going to be, Joe?
For the 49ers, I didn't say a score yet, but it's going to be 49ers are going to lose and by probably 10 points, 24-14.
I like that.
I'm very big on the 49ers too. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Chiefs probably do pull. I would love for the 49ers to win because I'm not a Chiefs fan at all. 24-21 is what I'm guessing. Chiefs.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was one quick game I just wanted to touch on really quick.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Just really, really quick. Jets. They're winning. They're winning.
Don't talk to Joe about that.
Listen. I'm not a Jets fan, but they're winning.
No,
What
I
does this
agree.
mean for Russell Wilson to be at home against a winning team right now? The Jets. They're playing great, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Brees Hall. He's kind of like what Jonathan Taylor was last year, right?
I don't think so.
Apparently he's aggravated right now.
Who?
Bryce Hall, right?
Brees.
Brees.
I'm sorry.
Why?
No, just because the way the offense is flowing.
I don't know. I mean, the offense seems to pretty much go through him.
Well-
he is the main guy there, but he's definitely not like that impressive. I mean, he is doing the majority of the running and everything, but I don't think he had. I don't know if anybody has the stats available for that game last week. Like he had a touchdown, but Brees Hall didn't have that great of a game last week.
No. He was against the Packers. I think I got it right here.
Yeah, because Lazard had
Brees
to knock-
Hall, 20 carries. Actually, he did really good. 20 carries, 116 yards, averaged 5.8 yards and
Okay.
1 touchdown. So he had a really good week last
Okay.
week. And that was against the Packers, and
Yep.
they beat the Packers. You went into Lambeau as the Jets against Aaron Rodgers and win?
Yeah.
What does this mean for Russell Wilson? He has clearly been struggling.
He sucks right now.
He's clearly working through injuries. He's got a whole new offense to learn.
Well, I don't like that because his injuries are coming up afterwards. You know, this is one of the things I like Brady. You'll hear about it after the season. I can't stand that. Oh, he's working on like a torn ligament in his shoulder. Oh, he's got this. He's got that. Oh, he's got an ACL or an MCL. It's like, dude, wait until like there's nothing online. You're not getting anything because it's all went to shit for him. And I'm watching his interview the other day, and I gotta be honest, the guy is so fake, man.
Can I say something? I mean, you complain about the Bucks offensive line. I'm gonna say the Broncos offensive line is really fucking bad. You know.
Well, yeah,
Russell
but
Wilson's
Wilson's way more mobile. I know he's getting older.
but he has hamstring issues right now, so
Yeah.
he's not that mobile right now.
Shoulder issues, so he's not trying to really scramble and
He's,
get slammed.
No, but
Yeah.
Look like Drew
He's,
Bledsoe.
He's
No, but I don't
he's
see-
a real game time decision this week where he might not actually be playing in this game. So, but he does have.
no, he did. He said he's good. He's good to go.
I know
he
he's
said
a game time
Wolverine
decision.
blood or something. He heals quick.
So-
That's what
something
he
like
said.
that.
He wants to play through everything.
Correct.
Yeah.
But
You know.
there comes a point in time. So here's what I guess I'm asking. What do you guys think about this? Jets coming to Broncos. Broncos been clearly struggling with their new offense, new coach, new everything.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets have a pretty good package right now with their wide receivers and
It's
Brees
their
Hall.
defense.
It's Brees Hall
Yeah.
and their defense. Yes, 100%.
Sauce Gardner.
But seriously, what do you
Cheesehead.
guys think this means for Russell Wilson and the Broncos if they lose?
They're in the hard division, right? So
They're kind of in panic mode, I think, right
they're
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Raiders are 1-4. That's where it helps them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're going to be done. They need either that or they're going to pick up later in the year and somehow they could snag some wild card spot. But I don't see it. There's just too much. The AFC is just too. It has a lot of top heavy teams.
Okay.
There's just too much of a separation.
The Broncos are done, and Russell Wilson's done. I don't see a reason for why he should continue to play. You
And
know,
He
a
will.
lot of
He's going to
money.
pay $200 million. He's going to play.
No, I know, but he's not playing that good right now.
Yeah.
And why am I going to say he's going to be good next year?
I think
You
the
know,
coach
he's
is
going
going
to be 35 next year. I don't see it. I think he's done.
And that's what happens with these mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They don't last long.
But
And
he's
it-
transitioned at least.
If he doesn't have the mobility, he is nothing. He is 6 foot tall. He struggles seeing over the offensive line. He needs to be able to move that way. He can.
How
get
good
an
do you think Lamar
open-
would be if he had the same things going on with him that Russell does?
Oh,
it's going to
horrible.
happen. It's going to happen.
Absolutely.
It will.
No, see, this is where. All right, so as soon as you said it talks about Brady and his line, the difference is like literally so many
Excuse
games.
train.
No. You can literally see wide open guys on like the flat, and he's just not even looking that way. And it's like, well, Brady doesn't, he'll hit those guys. Brady's issue is he's hitting them and they're covered or they can't gain separation. And I have issues because they're going against third string. Why do you not have separation?
Yeah.
It's all scheme,
Yeah. Russell Wilson can't see the middle of the field.
He's not seeing the
only
field.
seeing the outside, and that's it. If you can't work the middle of the field, you're going to go nowhere as a quarterback. He's going to lose to the Jets this week.
Okay.
And I hate the Jets.
I just wanted a thought because the Jets are winning clearly.
What's that
New
game?
York
Give me the
Giants are winning.
scores.
Jets, I'm going to say 27. No.
They've been scoring pretty high.
They have
And the Broncos, I mean, their defense is good though. Their Broncos defense
20,
is actually the strong suit.
27.
I'm going to let you think for a second. The Jets are going to win 17-10. So that's where I have it at. So
I'm going to ride with that.
21-17.
I'm going to ride with that.
and I hate the Jets.
gonna say-
I want them to lose every game,
Of course,
I
but
fucking-
you
that's-
got to give credit where credit's due. They've been losing for how long now?
and they need to continue.
You
You know what? I'm guessing 28-14 Jets.
I could ride with that one.
Yeah.
That actually sounds better.
I know we've been rambling. I am very confused. Are we touching on the Patriots at all?
No, you know what, Joe? Give me your Drew's going to be scheduled for the Sunday night.
We can definitely give a review if that's
Recap.
what you want to do. Because while you're here, I would kind of like to talk about something.
Just give me.
It's up to you guys.
Just Joe, you give me your Patriots thoughts.
Yeah, I think the Patriots are going to just steamroll over the Bears. I mean, it's not even going to be close. Justin Fields is going to be under pressure from Dietrich Wise and Matthew Judon.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know if Christian Barmore's playing because he did get hurt last week and he was dealing with the knee injury.
I bet he plays.
I don't think that's really going to matter that much. The cornerbacks are going to shut down the receivers. It's Darnell Mooney. It's going to be a joke. Mac Jones is coming back, so I'm so happy and not have to listen to Zappy time anymore.
If somehow, but now think of this.
Oh, man, I hate Zappy.
Excuse me?
If somehow
Excuse me?
it was to go the opposite
It is
way.
not Zappy time. It's Zappy hour. Mac who?
Okay.
That's what I'm on that same train. I would keep Zappy
yeah,
in
I'm
until he
sick of it.
loses. Just until he loses.
So
Now, but if somehow, because I actually like the Bears' defense and I like their rushing attack. I don't like Fields. Fields is actually the one that sucks on that team, if you ask me. But if somehow they're able to run on the Pats, which if that's the only thing they can do, it's really not. That's most unlikely.
Yeah, who cares?
Because Belichick will take that away. But if somehow they're able to, can you imagine if he loses?
Who loses? Mac Jones?
If they're losing and is that at home?
It's
Or is
at
that-
home.
That whole crowd is going to be.
You're
yelling.
going
We're going
to the game.
and you're asking if it's at
You're
home.
going to the
Oh yeah,
game. I wasn't gonna call that out until I saw his
Dude,
face. Just so you know,
completely
I was
forgot.
not calling
Yeah,
that out.
so if we haven't mentioned that before, we're going. Me and Joe are going to the game.
I wasn't invited. Just kidding.
But yeah, I mean, Patriots are going to win that game without any
No, they're
issues.
going to win.
Mac
I
Jones
agree.
is easily better than
That's my
Zappy.
thoughts. Are.
And
Can I
But
touch
no,
something with you here?
I'll be one of the.
Absolutely.
I'll be in the stands yelling Zappy, Zappy, Zappy.
No, you'll be at the beer garden wishing that you were at the Bucks game.
Well, the good thing is it's one of the games that they're not playing at the same time. So it's like, oh, thank God, I don't
Yeah.
have to double screen it.
I don't have the double screen. All right, so
All right,
while you're here, Joe, I want to talk about something. Why don't you like Zappy?
he's just a poor man's Mac Jones. He does the exact same things as Mac Jones, except now he's getting good play calling. Like they're actually doing play action passes, but he's the exact same thing as Mac
Can
Jones.
I say one thing?
Absolutely.
I like Mac Jones. I was high on him. High.
I do too.
I like him. I think he's a good kid. I like, I mean, he's clearly doing more than me, but like, I like him a lot. But here's the thing. I think Zappy looks a lot more calm
He does.
than
He has
Mac
better
does.
pocket presence.
Correct, because
But we're talking about Bailey Zappi that played against the two worst defenses in
I'll
the
give
league.
him that.
100%. I agree.
Yeah.
But he's still, what is he, a rookie? Right?
Yeah, he is a rookie.
Right?
True.
So he may be playing against these worst defenses, but he is not that highly graded yet, and he still needs to figure stuff out, But his pocket, like when I watch Mac Jones, I feel like I see him in the pocket. I see him like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? But Bailey Zappi, I see him a little bit calmer. I see him go through his rotate, kind of reads.
Yeah.
That's my only thing.
Yeah.
I think you'll get a better Mac Jones just because he had the Zappy.
They actually said
experience.
Mac Jones looks super impressive in practice.
Yeah, well, because they're changing their offense. They tried changing their offense this offseason, and they played their first couple games with no play action,
Yeah.
and we're doing really bad.
I like that they're letting him sling it.
Yeah.
Because
A
with
lot
Josh
of Bruce
McDaniels, it was
Arians.
run, pass.
That's what they said.
Run,
They
pass.
said it was a lot like a Bruce Arians type offense,
Yeah.
where you're taking a ton of hits and you're trying to chuck the ball deep. That's
And
not Mac
Jacoby
Jones.
Myers, they said he's playing amazing.
Yeah.
Thornton last week.
So
Thornton's fast.
I see this
that
week.
guy's quick.
Yeah.
He is quick.
I see this week Mac Jones is going to make you guys completely forget about Bailey Zappi.
Hey,
And
I could see it.
Unless
happening.
he
I could
gets
see it
hit
happening.
and that ankle goes bye-bye.
yeah.
Well, can I just
mean,
say this too, though? Well, that's true because out of 3 games he played, 2 of them he need X-rays.
because their offensive
Even
that's another
last
thing.
year-
the
even
offensive
last
line
year.
has played so much better since Bailey Zappi
I
has
heard that there was a rumor that Mac Jones hasn't really been welcome in the locker room and people haven't been as friendly. And this is just a rumor I read on Twitter. And I saw that they were
source?
all kind of leaning more towards Bailey Zappi and
I heard a completely opposite thing.
yeah.
I mean, and I don't have any sources that have any insider information.
Of course,
but
yeah.
I've heard that people like Damian Harris, big Mac Jones.
Isn't he
guy.
out, though?
He's out.
He is out, but that doesn't matter. But he's a veteran in that locker room, and he's a big Mac Jones guy. I think there are a few guys that like Bailey Zappi, but I think they're
I'll
rookies.
sell you my
Cole
jersey for Mac
Strange.
Jones real cheap.
All right, guys, let's just kind of run through the rest of the games. Kind of.
Do you want me to just steamroll them out and you guys throw out what
Yep.
you want?
Yep, sounds good. Well,
right.
let's just start giving more scores because we're.
All right, here we go. Browns, Ravens, Joe.
Browns, Ravens. Yeah, Ravens are going to smoke them.
Okay,
You know.
score.
23-13.
All right, Nick.
I'm gonna say they're gonna smoke them. It's gonna be like probably 38 to
I probably should have won.
38 to 10.
I'm saying 17-10.
Wow.
I got faith in Nick Chubb and Amari Cooper.
This next game,
All right, Falcons Bengals.
it's gonna be closer. I'll give you my score.
Yep.
It's gonna be probably 24 to 27.
I'm
Which
gonna ride
team?
with that.
Which team?
Yeah, Bengals, right?
Bengals.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going Falcons 33-24.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go against now. I got Lions Cowboys. Remember, Lions just got shut out coming off a bye.
Yep.
Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift back. What are you guys thinking?
First game back for Dak. Dak's going to put up some points. It's going to be 38 to, let's say, 27.
Real quick, hey, do you want to do a quick trade like Gronk for CD Lamb for this game?
No. I think it's gonna be like 42 to 7.
Wow.
I think
Oh
they're
my
just gonna kick their
Okay,
ass.
I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think it's gonna be a lot closer.
Did you just say Panthers are going to kick their ass?
No, I think they're gonna kick their ass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, the Cowboys defense is they're
Okay, I
they're
just-
so pissed about last week
Yeah.
losing to Philly.
Philly's deaf. Lions Cowboys. I'm gonna go Lions. I'm gonna say 17-0.
Packers Commanders.
Packers Commanders. I'm taking Packers because I have no faith in
I would love for the Commanders. To
the
win this.
Commanders. I'm taking Packers all day,
I'm gonna
and I'm
go-
saying that's a blowout. I'm saying 42-0.
Yeah. It's,
Obviously, that's exaggeration.
Go ahead, Joe.
I'm going to say 42-0. It's going to be a blowout. Washington is going to get destroyed.
Oh, Colts Titans. We were supposed to touch on
Oh,
this.
hold on. Let me give my Packers Commanders here.
Oh, I forgot.
10-7 Commanders.
Clearly, you've been drinking tonight.
All right, go ahead. What'd you say?
Colts Tennessee. We were supposed to talk about the running backs. Jonathan
yeah.
Taylor
We'll
coming
give
back
a little
healthy.
bit of that, yeah. I got a Henry on my fantasy.
What are you
I'm
thinking
hoping
for
he
this
kills
game
it.
with Jonathan Taylor come back healthy? Let's talk about that. DeAndre Jackson, for the backup, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he earned a spot in front of Hines after his performance. He had like 2 touchdowns,
yeah, he was
100 and
good.
something yards, or,
Yeah.
or something like that. Catching.
Well, if they're lying,
No, did he catch it?
Uh,
He was a receiving option for them?
yes,
Okay. Then, yeah.
yes. I actually had him.
I think the
I'm gonna
Colts
just
win.
pull that up real quick. Don't mind me. I just want to get that exact for you.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Because that's what
30
you need to do to take over Naheem Hines' job.
So Jackson had 28 fantasy points last week. Listen to this. He had 12 attempts at running with 42 yards rushing. He had 10 receptions with 10 targets and 79 yards.
Yeah.
I think if Taylor doesn't do good and their backs are against the wall, you do not put Hines in and you put him in. Jackson
Absolutely.
was running hard.
Yeah,
That's my thoughts.
I'm good with that. I'm not a big fan of Naheem Hines anyway.
I never was.
He's just a receiver.
Correct.
You know?
Put him on the slot and let Taylor and Jackson split the carries.
Yep.
I don't care.
What do you think
Again,
about Henry?
You know what? I still think the Colts are good. The Colts are going to win. That's
I have the Colts losing to the Titans.
I think Robert Wood steps up here, and I think
Really?
I think Henry. They got to start slinging it. Henry's going to end up getting hurt, just like last year. You can't use.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a
I hope
moose
not.
that runs like a deer,
Hope
yes,
not.
but he's got to get some break somewhere.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be let's just say 31-27 Colts.
21-20 Titans.
I'm gonna say 21-14 Titans. Then I got Texans and Raiders.
Yeah, I'm saying Raiders actually get a win here. Gotta. Jesus.
I don't fucking know.
It's
0
gotta
to
be
0.
low.
It's
It's
going to end
gonna
in
be
a tie. They're both trash.
21-0 Raiders.
I'm saying Texans win 20-0 just because Josh McDaniels
21-3.
Yeah, I'm going to give a real
21-3
score. I
Raiders.
mean, 14-10.
We
Texans.
talked about Jets and Broncos, so now we're at
I could see 21-7.
Seahawks and Chargers.
Chargers. are gonna
Chargers.
win. Yeah, Chargers. Are
Keenan Allen's supposed to be back. Chargers.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's huge.
I'm rolling with Geno here. Geno Smith. He's not coming back to earth this game.
He's got the best rating out of all the quarterbacks.
I know. He is getting paid
He's
Walmart
still losing,
money,
but
and he's slinging it.
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Eaton.
I've seen him with the Jets. I'm not a believer.
Yeah, no.
I believe, and that's not just because I traded for DK Metcalf.
I still think it's
Okay.
gonna. Well, he's got a lot of weapons. So that is true.
Okay,
I
so-
think it's gonna be
32-14.
31-21.
What?
31-21.
30.
Chargers.
34. 42-17 Seattle.
This is crazy.
All right, guys.
34-28 Chargers.
What is it? 31.
34-28.
Oh wow. Okay. Let's go Dolphins Steelers. It's night game.
I'm saying Dolphins blow them out
I think so,
50 to nothing, 50 plus to nothing.
No,
Tua's
no.
back.
Tua might be back.
No,
right?
Tua
he definitely
is
back?
Tua's
back.
back.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you know what we didn't touch on? Mark Andrews is hurt for that Ravens game, just so you guys know.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that.
He has a
didn't know
knee
that.
issue.
Okay.
He does have a knee issue.
It doesn't
Sorry.
change my mind about that game, though.
Yeah, I still think they'll win. All right, so give me your style, Dolphins Steelers before we get out of here.
Dolphins are going to lose. Steelers are going to get their second one in a row.
Oh my god.
13-10.
Is Watt back soon?
Who?
Watt. He might be back this week.
That'd be
I
nice.
haven't heard anything. I just knew he was
He got
missing
his knee
multiple
worked
weeks.
on 2 weeks ago.
I just knew he was missing multiple weeks. I
I'm
don't
gonna-
pay attention to shit
I think the
teams
Dolphins are still going to win.
Me
though.
neither, really, but you know.
like the Bucks.
I'm thinking 20. You know what? The Steelers just have such nice weapons. Trubisky's got to start again, right?
No.
No.
Well, what about the
Not a
concussion
chance.
with?
I mean, if he's out, then he starts again. But if Pickett's
People
healthy,
want Kenny Pickett to get that chemistry and to get that,
Absolutely.
that
I know.
rolling.
you need to have him.
what with the concussion, I feel like
I
they're
don't
not
think
taking
it
any
matters
chances.
who plays at quarterback. Dolphins are steamrolling. This needs to be a bounce back game for
I
them.
think so too. Yeah, because they were. Yeah,
They're
losing too
up and then they're down. Then they're up. Then they're down. This needs to
Yeah.
be a. If they can't
Well, they were
beat
3-0,
the
weren't
Steelers,
they?
yeah,
Yeah, now they're 3-3.
yeah.
It's crazy. No, I think they're gonna win. Let me give you a score here. I bet you it's high. It's gonna be like 45 to.
Please tell me you don't.
9.
Have this. Oh, okay. I
3
thought you were
field
about
goals.
to say the Steelers are gonna have high points too. I was
No,
actually
no,
like,
no. No, I think the Dolphins. I think Hill's gonna like just have his way with them.
okay. Oh,
So
I
what do you
didn't.
think? Did
Sorry.
you give a score?
I did.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't realize the Bucks have a short week this week. They play
do they?
Thursday against the Ravens.
Oh yeah, yep. No, I did know they were playing the Ravens.
I
which is
didn't
at
know it
home,
was
at
that.
home.
Yeah,
So
I didn't
at
know it
least
was
they're
that
not
short.
traveling.
Correct, but I didn't know it was that short. You know.
Yeah, we'll hold off our thoughts on that.
No, of
game.
course. I just saw it here because I scrolled to the bottom and I saw
Hopefully,
it.
there's no injuries. That's what I get worried about with those games.
Those short weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
they gotta stop those.
So, all right. Thanks for joining, everyone. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Joe. Catch us on YouTube. We're gonna be making a Facebook, so look for us on there very soon.
You still doing the jersey giveaway?
Yeah, at 100 subscribers. We're at 15 right now. We could really use a couple more. So please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Like the videos. Anything really helps. So really appreciate it. We'll see you on Sunday night. Video will probably be uploaded Monday. And have a good week.
Later.
Good.